All right, welcome to Yoga for Bone Health. Honestly, one of my favorite things to teach. So let's get going. Oh, I did want to mention, if you have kind of like a thin pillow or even just like a little, like a blanket that you can fold up, we're going to do something new today, a real important kind of mobility and strength exercise, which will take us onto our knees on and off. So I just want to make sure everybody, is feeling comfortable with that, because sometimes the mat just isn't cushiony enough. Okay, come to standing in mountain pose. If you want to stretch out your face, circle the wrists, ankles, any little movements of the joints, maybe a little rocking or swaying. Just a little bit of movement to start to bring your attention down into the body. And then coming to like a relative stillness, softening the face and the shoulders and the belly. Closing the eyes or gazing downward. And, just kind of taking note, especially after a weekend. Sometimes you can feel pulled in so many directions. And on a Monday morning, sometimes there's that, oh, I gotta call this, do that. Put this on the list, take that off the list, those types of things where you're just feeling like, can feel really stretched. And so I'd like to invite you to come into this moment, the here and now, observing the breath within the body, allowing yourself to be as you are in this moment, in this body, letting go of all the responsibilities, the to-do list, etc., etc. And just let yourself be. Fully present. And just take note of how that feels when we just pause, press pause on all the things. And allow yourself this moment just to be yourself. And with that, I'll invite you to open your eyes. Kind of come into the practice with this intention of being here for yourself. And start rolling the shoulders, remembering and recognizing that taking time for yourself is not a selfish act. Caring for yourself is paramount. So important. So rolling up the shoulders, connecting breath with movement. All right, arms out to the side. Let's bring one shoulder forward and then the other shoulder forward, internal, external rotation, fully extended through the arms and shoulders. Nice, breathing in and out. Feeling connected to this movement in this moment, getting curious. Okay, and release. Stretch out the face. Let's bring right arm over left, inhaling and exhaling. Drawing your fingertips, so the top fingertips over to the left, bringing the arm back to the center. So the arm that's on top, we move in the direction of the top fingertips. Come back to center and we'll switch that up. Inhale, exhale. So just checking that your heart and your navel are pointed forward. So we're not twisting. We are really trying to stretch out. Top of the arm, shoulder, maybe even a little bit of rib cage there. All right, release. Fingertips up to the sky, inhaling and exhaling, drawing those fingertips to the top of the shoulder on one side, then over to the other. Let's just check in with the abdominals, lifting that navel up towards the heart. And a little bit backwards. Now, option, instead of just fingertips, if you want to hook your hands like this, create a bit of resistance. That is another variation. And you're just adding a little bit of extra. Sometimes extra can feel good, sometimes extra maybe isn't necessary. So listening to your body, reach those arms up to the sky, trace angel wings back behind you, interlace your fingers. Keep the ribs drawn in as you press through the wrists, just lifting the arm any amount. Heart is lifted. So we're opening up through the chest, just not the ribs. Stretch out the face. Nice little stretch at the pectorals, the chest, just gazing forward. And release. All right, back to I Dream of Jeannie, inhaling those arms up and behind. Any amount, exhale, bringing it down, switch, inhaling up. And just exploring that range of motion, getting curious about the direction of the scapula as they move when we bring our arms in this way. All right, let's bring them down. Great, little cat-cow here, so externally rotating, lift the heart, inhale. Exhale, just a gentle rounding, inhaling and exhaling. So it's a really beautiful shape of the scapula here. It's kind of like our arms are like wing-like and really drawing the shoulder blades away. And then when we bring them together, just noticing. Just do that one more time. And release. Great, roll out the shoulders. Let's just face the chair. We'll come into a full cat-cow. So coming into table, slight bend at the knees, lift the heart, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, inhaling. Exhaling, rounding. Pressing your hands into the chair, drop the chin, or drop the head. Maybe a little sway from left to right in this rounded shape. And then back to the cow shape to stretch out the back of the leg. Exhale, rounding. And now moving at your own pace. Moving to kind of respond to where you notice the body might be holding on to a little bit of tension. So I'm just noticing a little low back stuff here, so I'm going to focus on that. But maybe you need to, hang out, stretch out the hamstrings a little more. All right, we're going to come back to a neutral, bend the knees, hold those arms up, reach up. And exhale. Release. Good. Inhale, reaching up. Interlace the fingers and turn the palms up as best you can. Lift the navel, lift the kneecaps. Exhale over to one side. Inhale up. Exhale over to the other side. And we'll repeat that. Keep the heart lifted. Inhale, reach up. And exhale. Release. Good. Okay, just a little twist. Feet somewhat wide. We'll just do a standing twist where we're reaching the arms around, like kind of like spaghetti arms. You go your pace. If you want to go kind of quickly, if you want to bend the knees, you can throw your arms up. Just kind of gently warming up the body, the spine. And then we will release and let go from there. Okay, feet nice and wide, like goddess wide. All right, so here my pants are falling down. We're gonna have like cactus arms. We're gonna inhale down, reach across the other way. Inhale, reach up, exhale down, reach the knees, one knee, then the other knee. Inhale up, exhale down. Now we're gonna reach towards the shin. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now we'll repeat that, kind of like reaching up on an angle, Just targeting different parts of the spine and creating this little twist. And release. Good. Toes come forward, bring the feet together. Mountain distance. Bend the knees, half tuck of the tail. So we're coming into our chair pose. Palms are facing back. We're going to reach one arm up as we reach one arm back. And then alternate. So just checking in that the lower abdominals are being supported by the abdominals. So that little half of tuck of the tailbone. And just explore this range of motion. What do you notice? Go your pace. And then release. Stretch out the face, roll out the shoulders. Okay, and then our classic kind of squat, where we're gonna reach forward, sit into our squat, exhale, pull back, push, and pull energy. Last one. And release. Roll out the shoulders. Okay, I'm facing the chair already. Taking the hands down to the seat of the chair or the back of the chair. Choice is yours. Walk the feet back. Come into this forward fold. Stretch out the face. Rock from side to side. Oh, excuse me. Breathing in and out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Now we'll pedal those knees forward and back. Keep the heels down. Draw one hip back, draw the other hip back. Check out how the low back is feeling. Bringing kindness, bringing compassion to what you notice. Inhaling, right foot forward, float your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down and step back. Inhaling, left foot forward, press into the back heels, black thighs lifted, reaching the arms up, exhaling and stepping back. Repeating, right side. Next breath. With this glorious movement, looking at all the things your body can do, appreciating all this strength, flexibility, mobility, exhaling, coming down. All right, inhale the right foot forward, left foot comes out to the side a little bit, and we'll come back into cactus. Squeeze the thighs together and hug the ribs in, inhaling. Exhaling, turning toward the bent knee, reaching out, inhaling, coming back. And we'll just do a few on each side. So just nice little bit of twisting, motion, connecting breath with movement. And release the hand down, turn that back toe forward, stepping back into forward fold. Just yawn, sigh, release. Rid yourself of a little excess tension. And then left foot forward, inhaling, right foot comes out to the side, rising up, squeeze the energy of the legs together, press that back, heel, and lift the back thigh. Inhaling, cactus, exhaling, twisting toward the bent knee, the front leg, twisting in that direction. And, it's not like we need to go into max twist here. We're just exploring, we're just warming up, making sure that our body is moving in all these different directions. Okay, back to center. Hands come down, turn the toe forward. Exhale, forward fold. All right, inhaling, let's come up. And grab that blanket or that thin pillow or whatever you have. We're gonna take it so it is close to the chair. So if you're kneeling like this, you're about, whatever, like not too far away from the chair. The chair would be here for support. Then you can lean into the chair and come to stand. And let me just demonstrate first before we launch into this. So Always, as usual, we're going to make sure that our core is nice and engaged. We keep our heart lifted, our shoulders are soft. But what we're going to practice is this kind of coming down onto one knee, then onto the other, switch, and rise up. Then we change direction. We're going to come down on the opposite knee, take that knee down, opposite foot, and rise up. So we're bench pressing our body weight with one leg and then the other. Okay, and this is a really important exercise. The level of support is up to you. Okay, so if you want to have your hands on the chair and use the chair to help you stand up to start, that's great. Just make sure you're alternating when you're coming back down. Or you could kind of have just your fingertips and then come to rise. Or like hover the hands so that all of this is coming from the whole body. So finding that level of support is really important and making sure you're alternating, okay, and using that core strength to rise up and rise down and lower down. Okay, good. And so that's it. I want to start integrating this exercise. It's a highly recommended exercise. Plus, we're bench pressing our body weight when we rise up without support. And we can, and if you're not there yet, that's okay, we can get there. Which is really great for those bones. Okay, grabbing like some medium heavy weights, depending on what you got. And coming to the chair. So thighs are parallel, arms are coming down to your sides. You're gonna lift the heart, lift the navel. Inhale, come forward. Big breath in, and exhale, take the elbows up. And we're gonna lift these weights. I'm gonna show you the side view, okay? And lift the weights just using the strength of your arms to start. And then incorporate the scapula. So we're gonna lift these weights plus squeeze the scapula in toward the spine. So feel the scapula glide along the upper back toward the spine. Let's do that a few more times. One more. Release. Take those weights to your thighs and then we'll rise up. Keep one of the weights in your hand. I'm gonna stick with this side view for now. We'll take this weight, kind of like a medium heavy, up overhead. Take the navel and lift it up towards the spine. We're gonna lift your right leg up, push it forward, lift that knee and drop it down. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So notice there's no swaying in the torso. I'm really engaging quite a lot, lifting that navel up towards my heart so that I don't start leaning. Really engaging these deep abdominal muscles. And we're asking our hip flexors really to lift the weight of the leg, push forward, keep it lifted. We'll do one more. Exhale, oh, release, good. Keeping this weight, we're going to do the modified pistol squat. So taking our right foot forward, the heel is, so that the foot is on the heel. Our left foot, our ankle is underneath the knee. Take your weight, like you hold it like what we do in goblet squat. Inhale, come forward. And then exhale, pushing up, squeeze that glute forward. really stick the butt back so you know you're gonna land in the chair. And squeeze. And we try and do this as gracefully as we can. And being compassionate, and kind when we when we're not, if we land heavy on the chair or whatever, that's fine. And really putting a lot of like attention and appreciation to this leg that's pushing, that has to push the entire weight of your body up. Okay, this is the last one. That's about 8. And release. Let's just pause for a minute before we come into the other one. Come on to the other side. Okay. Heel comes forward. Make sure your ankle is under the knee, bringing the weight up. You can also reduce this weight or have no weight at all if you're finding it all challenging. So inhale, coming forward. And exhale. Oof. Inhale. Exhale. I really love this exercise for like the full isolation of all of the weight into the one leg. Like you can really feel quads, hands, glutes all working together. And last one. And release. Good. Okay. So we're going to do that same lifting option to go with a heavier weight. And you can just explore it, right? You could see like, okay, I'll try the heavier weight, and maybe you just do 1 or 2 with the heavier weight. Or maybe you'll be surprised and be like, oh, actually, I can manage 5 or 6 of these. So, and one isn't better than the other. Remember that we're exploring our limits. We're all going to be different. So let's bring our hands at the sides and really squeeze the shoulder blades toward together. Inhale, come onto this angle. So belly is kind of touching the thighs. And on the exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades towards the spine as we lift up. Inhale down. And lift up. Last one. Put the weights on your knee. Then we'll inhale, rise up. Great. So picking the weight that you feel comfortable with, lifting up overhead and sustaining. So I'm going to go with a heavier weight and just see how that changes things up. Hugging the ribs and lift the navel, lift one leg, exhale, push it forward, drop back, bring it down, lift, push, back and down. So your pace. Bring a lot of awareness to hugging in the ribs and drawing that navel up towards the heart, really engaging the abdominals. Okay, so I'm noticing with this heavier weight, my heart rate is increasing faster than before. And one last one. Okay, bringing it down, but manageable. Okay, back to our left, right, modified pistol squat. So I'm gonna try the heavier weight with this. You do you, okay? And just check that knee is over the ankle. Inhaling, coming forward, and you might need to use a bit of momentum. Exhale, push into that foot and hip up, butt comes down. Squeeze that glute forward. Now, when I'm like pressing my butt back here, Like my navel is really lifted up towards the heart, using all of the muscles in the torso to help support this. Last one. Okay, release. Switch, let's just pause. Here we go. Inhaling. Exhale. Okay, last one. And release. Well done. See, I would say like that might actually be one of our hardest exercises. I'm like really hot after doing all of those. Okay, let's grab your lightest weights. Palms face up, standing in mountain. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Back to the basics, just this gentle. Actually, I shouldn't say gentle, it's more like, it's just simple, right? So our arms are totally straight. Make sure that the wrist is straight. It's not bent up or down in any way. You're holding it out flat, like you're holding a platter or two plates. And the action is initiated from the shoulder blades. And just gaze forward as you're doing this when you squeeze those shoulder blades together and release. Just sense into this like incredible posture that you are maintaining, building, nurturing. Okay, last one. Good. And release. We're going to do just our kind of regular old everyday run-of-the-mill squat. So my suggestion is to go heavier. But you do you, listen to your energy level today. Roll the shoulders up and back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, just like we practiced in our previous exercise. Keep that heart lifted. And we're gonna sit back, make sure our knees aren't going too far past our toes, bringing our weights down, and then rise up with energy. So inhale, suitcases down on the platform, but you have to stand up quickly because the train is about to arrive. And really charge up the muscles. Push your feet into the earth as you rise up. And we are resisting this weight that we're holding on to. But keep those shoulder blades drawn in toward each other so that there is no rounding in the upper back. Last one. Nice. And release. Okay. Going more toward a medium or medium heavy, depending on your range. Okay, we're gonna bring our arms up. Kind of like cactus. If the elbows are a little bit down, that's fine. Inhale, exhale, push up. Inhale, exhale, push up. Option, push up together, or just keep left and right. So I'm gonna model left, right together, left, right together. But if you're finding together is a little bit too much, just stick with left and right. Push, resist, push, resist, push, and really sense into that resistance. That is the work. That is what we need to do to keep our bones strong, our muscles strong, body healthy. In terms of resisting. Okay, that was the last one. We'll bring it down. You can make a decision or make a little note if you want to go heavier next time or if you want to go lighter next time. And maybe sticking with one of these medium to heavies. We're going to do a goddess squat. And taking the feet out nice and wide, toes pointed out. This is kind of I guess we did the squat in the warm-up. That's right. Okay, so just come down nice and easy. Just ease down, inhale and exhale. So that we're really feeling like nice and warmed up here. We're not gonna overstretch. Now this time we inhale, expand. When you come up, push into the feet and really lift the kneecaps and lift the quads up and squeeze the glutes. So I want you to feel the muscles doing their thing. So it's less of a passive lift and more of a real active press into the feet and lift yourself up. So you're sensing, feeling into that oomph, that resistance. Last one. And release, toes come together. Bring the feet together, grabbing onto those medium to heavy. We're going to do some bicep curls. Left, right together. Turn the palms forward. Make sure that heart is lifted, shoulders are back. So squeeze, slow release. Squeeze, release with control. And then together. Release with control. Squeeze. Squeeze. And together. Squeeze. Squeeze. And together. And squeeze. Squeeze. And together. And release. So taking note if you want to go heavier next time or not. And we're going to go to the heavy weight because we're coming back to squat. So challenging the legs with a heavier weight. And this time we're going to take our weights right at the shoulders. Okay, so standing, feet hip distance apart, really sitting back. Resist, rise up, inhale. Rise, in. And just keep going. Try not to lean forward too much. And release. Good. Woo. Bring those feet down or those weights down. And grabbing on to either your lightest or like a medium light. One weight, the palm is at the hip. The other weight, the palm is at the thigh. Inhale. Exhale, lifting. One is front, one is side. Switch. Exhale. And you don't need to go higher than your shoulders. And kind of take note of the weight that you've got here. Like in the beginning, you might be like, oh, this is too light. But like after 4 or 5, you might be like, yeah, actually it's just right. Or, you know, something entirely different. It might surprise you. And last one. And release. Good. Come back to the lightest, and we'll do that scapula. Palms face up, wrists are straight, inhaling and exhaling. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Check out that, or like take note of your rib cage. Make sure that the rib cage isn't kind of flaring out. It's drawing in. Kind of draw in the navel towards the spine as you squeeze the shoulder blades in together. Last one. And release. Good. Grab the heavy weights. Actually, no. Grab a weight for goddess squat. So that could be medium heavy, could be heavy. Keeping it into the chest so it's less about the arms and more about the legs. Here we go. Inhale. Nice expansion. Press into the feet. Exhale. Rise up. Inhale. Exhale. So it's that slow lowering, almost like a pause at the bottom, and then pushing into the feet, rising up, thighs engaged, glutes engaged. Last one. Bring those toes forward, bring the feet together, grabbing on to something heavy for this up, shoulder press. Again, you don't have to do two at the same time, but experiencing, exhaling, lifting up, experiencing that resistance when you push up. All right, and then if you want to bring the two together, that is optional. So you can do one side, other side, and together. And just notice where you're feeling the effort. If you engage at the core, can this kind of create a bit of support for this effort? Or take your attention, like maybe to the scapula. Okay, this is the last one. And release, good job. Okay, actually, let's keep those heavy weights. We're gonna do a squat. Either arms at your sides or at the weights at the shoulder. I'm gonna do weights at the shoulder. Inhale, squat down. Push up. Now, if you're feeling particularly energetic today and you want to add an overhead press, it's always an option. Last one. And release. Good. Okay. Bicep curl. I'm going to stick with these heavier ones, but you do you. Okay. Standing in mountain. Squeeze. And release. Squeeze. And release. Option to do two at the same time. But again, you can stick with left, right, alternating. And remember, it's not just the pull here that's important. It's this controlled release. Last one. Good job. Okay. Our final goddess squat. So choosing the weight that is going to suit you today. Keep those feet nice and wide. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, energized, rising up. Press those feet into the floor, lift the knee. Sinking down as far as it feels comfortable to you, like making sure there's no pressure on the low back. So, you know, even if you're just coming down slightly less, modifying as you need to make sure your body, your whole body is getting the benefit. Last one. Those together and release. Okay. Getting those light or light mediums for the front and lateral lift. So setting up one palm facing the thigh, one palm facing the hip. Inhale. Lift the navel, exhale. Shoulder height. Or lower, not above. One more on each side. And release, great. Okay. Let's take a heavy weight to the top and some mediums to the top of the mat. Maybe pause, take a sip of water. Option to keep shoes on or keep them off. And coming down on your side or scrolling down one vertebrae at a time. Let's hug in the knees, stretch up the face, squeeze and spread the toes. Circle the ankles one way. Then circle them the other. Point and flex. Take your hands on your knees, circle the knees out, around and back in. Out, around and back in. Let's do that one more time, really ensuring that the adductors are getting a nice stretch there. And then change direction. And release. Okay, rolling over and grabbing those medium weights. So we didn't do any triceps in our standing, so we're gonna do some now. So feet are hip distance apart, thighs are parallel. Take the weights in your hands and bring your elbows out to the side, and you've kind of got like a cactus arm here. Press your navel down and towards the floor. Inhale. Exhale, push one arm up. Inhale, bring it down. Push the other arm up. Inhale, bring it down. Option to press both up. And inhale, bring it down. So alternating. And together. Make a little note here. Is this heavy enough? Am I sensing into this weight resistance? Could I go up a pound or go up to my next heaviest weights? And that question can be asked like with lots and lots of kindness, right? Like it's not like if you say, I don't think so, that's wrong or bad or lazy. It's just acknowledging where you are today. Okay, this is the last one. Release. Bring the weights in close to the chest and then roll over. So hopefully you felt into the back of the arms there, right? So we did some nice bicep work today. So this part of the arm, so we want to even it out. We want to make sure that the other side of the arm is getting a nice equal amount of challenge. Grab that heavy weight, you know what's coming. It's the favorite hip thrust. Tuck the chin, tuck your shoulder blades, feet are hip distance, thighs are parallel, inhaling. Exhale, lift up a little, inhale down, exhale, lift up a lot. Inhale down, exhale, lift up a little. Exhale, lift up a lot. And it might be that that weight is not heavy enough, in which case you can grab any other weight, cross it over, and explore this hip thrust, bridge pose. Alternating between lifting a little, lifting a lot, lifting a little, lifting a lot, lifting a little. Last one here, lifting a lot. Great. Carefully removing the weights. Lift your knees so that they're over the hips. Tuck the tailbone so your low back is pressing down into the floor. Flex the feet, shins are parallel. Hands like stop signs pressing into the top of the knees. Knees pressing into the hands, tuck the chin. Here we go. Breathing in, breathing out, resist, push. Knees into hands, hands into knees, breathing. Little extra core work here, fun times. Just a bit more. And release. Okay, let's grab onto weights that you're gonna feel comfortable enough but challenged enough for the tricep, the back of the arm. Remembering that you can usually handle a little bit heavier when you're lying down. Taking the elbows out to the side. Let's press that low back down into the floor, engaging the lower abdominals. Inhale, press one arm up. Press the other arm up. And if you chose heavier weights and you're like, that's enough, I don't need to do both arms up, that's fine. Continue with left, right, left, right. But if you're feeling like, yeah, no, I'm gonna do it together, then pushing it up together. And so I chose a heavier weight. I feel a little bit of shaking in my forearm. It's under control, like I don't feel like I'm going to injure myself or any way, but it's like, oh, yeah, that feels different. Not that that's the experiencing you should be having, but just when you increase the weight, noticing like, is this gonna be okay? Or is this amount of challenge, you know, kind of maybe what I need for growth? Okay, release. Taking that heavier weight at the pelvis, whatever amount you choose. Feet are hip distance, thighs are parallel, tuck the shoulders under, tuck the chin. Inhaling. Exhale up a little, inhale down, exhale up a lot, inhale down. And it's the glutes, they're squeezing, right? Lift and press up, lift, up, lift, up, that's wrong, lift, and up. Okay, releasing, carefully, rolling over. And we'll do our final bit of core work, and then we'll come to rest. So tuck the tailbone, knees over hips, shins parallel, feet flexed, stop sign hands at the knees. Start resisting. So the closer your knees are to the chest, it's a little bit easier. Okay, so I usually say, like, try to get the knees over the hips as best you can and create that resistance. And so you might notice some shaking, heart rate increasing. And let's release and just come into a shape of surrender. Just let the arms and legs just come out to the side. Lots of challenge here today with heavier weights. Sigh and release. All right, let's come into our happy baby shape. Exploring that maybe with bent legs and then straighter legs. And then incorporating a bit of cobbler, so bringing the feet together, knees out to the side, back to happy baby, cobbler. Maybe a little left side, right side action. Stretching out the leg. And release both feet as wide as your mat, and we'll just windshield wiper the knees from side to side. And if you want to bring your arms into that, making a little square, grabbing onto your elbows and bringing your arms the opposite direction as the knees, and your neck and your head stay neutral. And then release. Tuck the shoulder blades under, externally rotate the arms, palms face up. Maybe squeeze and spread the toes, squeeze and spread the face, circle hands and wrists. And then come to rest. And so just acknowledging that we moved our bodies in so many different directions today. Challenged our muscles, our bones. Acknowledging this effort. And also acknowledging that effort to stay present. To stay curious about the sensations in the body. Especially when, like, maybe you're not curious at all. You just want to kind of one and done it. And, you know, this is part of the practice. This ability to maintain focus on the body, on the breath, on the effort, and the ease. And just making that choice every time the mind goes somewhere else. Out of habit. That's just habit. Your attention wanders. And then making that choice to release the thought and come back to the present moment, be with the body. Because there's lots of time for that, for thinking and doing. And just allow yourself to be in the state of being. Checking out the tone of your voice toward yourself. Is it kind? Is it friendly? Is it charged with something else? Can you bring compassion to that charge? Breathing in, breathing out, allowing the body and the mind to rest. Allowing the body to absorb the effort, the energy, the challenge. When you're ready, opening and closing the hands, squeezing, spreading the toes, stretching out the face, scrunch it up, stretch it out. Any movement at all that just feels good, supportive. And then when you're ready, inhaling arms overhead for a gentle full body stretch. Just allow for some open mouth sighs, just to get the last little bit of tension out of the body there. And bringing the limbs in close to the torso. Rolling over to one side, maybe kind of giving yourself a little hug here. And in your own time, push up. To a seated position. Staying on the floor or moving to the chair, whatever is most comfortable. Pausing. Readjusting to this upright position. We'll take our hands over our heart center. Breathing in, breathing out. Take a moment, really thank yourself for taking care of not only this body of yours, but your mind, your heart. Let's seal in with the unifying Om as we inhale together. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Again, such a wonderful pleasure. And we'll see you soon.